I guess Tetris wasn't my thing. Fine, I'll make my own, better game using blocks. We're going to be using 3D design software to create a puzzle toy. In a future lesson, we will design and illustrate an advertisement in 1 and 2 point perspective. To get started, you need to know a few things. We need to set our workspace up with a 5mm snapping grid. If I go down to the snap grid, I can click it and I can choose 5mm. Now when I drag shapes out, they will snap every 5mm. We need our cubes to be arranged in a 3x3x3 supercube. I can use the copy and paste feature to make multiple copies. I can then arrange them using the arrow keys, or I can click and drag them. By having my snapping grid set to 5mm, it's really easy for me to have these all perfectly aligned without any gaps. Once I have the bottom row done, I can select the whole thing, copy, and paste it, and then using a side view, lift it up and arrange it on the previous row. While holding Shift, click several cubes. Make sure they are touching on their faces and not on a diagonal. You can then click the Group button. We can change the color of our new shape, and then we can click and drag it out of the way if we need to. We're going to repeat clicking while holding Shift and adding parts until all of our cubes are used up. Ba-dum bum 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 ba bum ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da bum bum bum. 3D printing does not like to work in thin air. There could be no overhanging parts. I can click and use the rotate icons to arrange my pieces so that they have no overhanging parts. Notice how when I keep my mouse inside the circle, it clicks at even intervals. This is a lot easier to control than when I try and rotate using my mouse outside the circle. I need to ensure that all of my pieces are laying flat. My puzzle has 4 or 5 pieces. Yep. Puzzle pieces are made from 10mm cubes. Yep. Pieces are joined together using the faces of the cubes. That means I have no diagonal connections. Yep. All pieces are arranged so that they lay flat on the work plane. They have no overhangs. They're all in the same document and closely packed together. Okay, well this one has an overhang. I need to rotate it. That looks better. It might be possible that you create a shape that cannot be rotated so that there's no overhangs. Break that shape apart and start over. And are they tightly packed? Well, if I go to my top view, I have a lot of unnecessary space. I don't want to print them touching, but I should have them close together. That looks great. Looks like I'm ready to turn it in using a screenshot and the downloaded 3D file. To export my file, I go over and click Export. I can click OBJ or STL, and then I'll get a downloaded file. I can upload that file to Google Classroom.